Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well as I always do. This is the preview of West Ham's first home game of the 21-22 Premier League season, with a visit of Leicester City to the London Stadium Monday night, 8 o'clock kickoff, under the lights, live on Sky Sports. As always, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase some really nice retro gear, guys, as you can see from the icon that's up here, along with Admiral and Umbro, Clout and Blue track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts, so go check those out. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending directly on to Iron Supporting Food Banks, the charity within the Newham area that are helping those that are in the Newham area that are reliant on food banks. So go grab yourself a really nice retro shirt, guys. You'll be saving between £10 and £15 depending on what you're purchasing on in comparison to the club shop. So grab yourself a really nice retro shirt and you'll be saving yourself a few quid, and you'll also be going to help those that are less fortunate than you and I. Now for this game, I will try and do a half-time and full-time result thoughts depending on the stadium Wi-Fi, so keep an eye out for those. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Now, as we always do start off with, guys, the referee for this game is Michael Oliver. His assistants are Stuart Burt and Simon Bennett. The fourth official is Graham Scott. On VAR is Darren England, and his assistant is Dan Rabathan. So, Michael Oliver, I'm hoping he's going to be able to keep in line with what he said to Jamie Carragher on Sky Sports a week or so ago, when they were talking about the changes to VAR that's coming in for this season. Hope he's going to be able to keep the game flowing a lot better than he previously does, and hopefully he's going to be a lot more subjective than he usually is as well. So let's hope and pray for that. Now, the last 6 home games against Leicester, we've won 1, drawn 2 and lost 3. Of course, that one was the 3-2 win that got us to 4th with 8 games to go, if I remember correctly, when we were leading 2-0 at half-time with goals from Jesse Lingard and Jared Bowen just before half-time. Well, at least Bowen's goal was just before half-time. Last season, their away form was 1-11, drawn 5 and lost 3, an average of 2 points per game. But basically 1.79 average goals per match scored away, 1.05 conceded goals, 26% of clean sheets last season. So once in every 4.94 games that they would keep a clean sheet. So it's not too bad from our point of view, because we've got a very hungry attacking side this season. Last season, Leicester failed to score 11% away from home of all their games, which is basically once every 2.09 games. So obviously, this is going to be their, I think their first away game of the season. So anything's possible at the moment. They've scored 13.37 shots per goal on average, 13% shot conversion rate per goal. Per game, I should say. 10.26 fouls committed away from home per game. 11.47 even fouls conceded per game, and 13.33 free kicks average per game. So it's weird numbers to a degree, but it means, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, we know how difficult Leicester can be. We really do know how difficult they are. And this is going to be a very, very interesting game. Bearing in mind that their preferred formation is the 4-2-3-1 last season, and seem to be carrying that on into this season as well, with it when they beat Wolves 1-0 on the opening weekend. No surprises that Vardy was the goal scorer for that. Last season, their highest goal scorer was, as we all know, surprise, surprise, Jamie Vardy with 15 goals and 9 assists. After that, it was Iheanacho with 12 goals and 2 assists, followed by Barnes with 9 goals and 4 assists away. Maddison was their second highest assister away with 5. So Leicester are a very difficult side, as they love to attack with width, just like Newcastle did against us on Sunday. Short passes, they're good at keeping possession, they're good at defending leads with a very relaxed style of defending, which causes a lot of opposition teams to play with aggressions. aggression, but they can be weak in defending against skillful players, like, for example, you know, like Lanzini used to be a few years ago. I mean, obviously we remember the away game at the start of the season, that brilliant result we had then. You know, possibly could Fornals step up and do the same sort of tackling again? We'll have to wait and see. They do make many individual errors, and they are very weak at being offside, so we can cause them some traps quite easily if we keep our back four a lot more straight and a lot more solid than it was against Newcastle. And there are many players that we need to keep an eye on when marking the Leicester players, not just the players we've already mentioned. Ndidi, Tielemans, Pereira, they frighten me. Most of the outside the usual goal scorers. We have a lot of work on our hands for this game, especially when we're facing the Turkish Andy Carroll defender Soyuncu. There's a very good chance we'll get to see what all the fuss is about Abin Daka after he joined Leicester from RB Salzburg in this window. And also, as we know, Leicester have also brought in Vestergaard and Bertram from Southampton and Suamer from LC Lille, if I remember correctly. It's one of the teams in Lille. Now, turning to the injuries for the side, PremierInjuries.com shows at the time of this recording, long-term injuries to Johnny Evans with an ankle or foot injury. Bertrand's out with COVID. James Justin is out with a knee injury. Fofana is recovering from a calf or shin surgery, and Mendy is out with a groin strain. Maddison is also out, but as it looks like at the minute, from a lower back injury that he picked up at Wolves, and a 50% chance of return for Castaniga as well, due to a fractured eye socket that he picked up in mid-June. Both players seem to be 50% chance of returning, so very, very good number of injuries for Leicester, but they still, as I said, we've still got the threat of Jamie Vardy, Ndidi, Tielemans, Daka, Soyuncu as well. Loads of players that can really, really cause us harm, and I really do hope that we can go out all guns blazing, start off quicker than we did against the Geordies at the St James's Stadium, or St James's Park, I should say. Now, we know that the first game of the season is never an indication of how your season's going to go, but we always start off slow at the start of the season, but we always have a decent little runs in there as well, so hopefully everything is going to be coming up rosy as always. Now, thank you to everyone that joined the Geordies away 4-2 win watch along, which was the channel's 700th video, so thank you very much to everybody that got involved in that, and we got to 1,865 subscribers. At the time of this recording, we're on 1,868. So thank you to everybody that subscribed since Sunday night, and I'd love us to try and get to 1,895 for this fixture. It's a bit of a stretch, I know, but 1,895, as we know, is the date that West Ham was officially started up. So, well, at least became West Ham United. So it'd be very, very nice to try and get that extra 29 subscribers. So 27, 28 subscribers, whatever it is. So it'd be very nice to do it. So as I said, you know, as I say, we are at 1868 at the time of this recording. So it'd be very nice if you guys that are new to the channel or just been watching the channel for a while but haven't already done so, please do hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and also just make sure you put the notification bell on, because you get to know when new content is going up. Now, obviously turning to the Geordie game, there was great goals from Creswell, Benrahma and Soucek. Poor defending from both sides for most of the 6 goals that were scored, to be honest with you, but very happy to defeat the Geordies away from home for the first time in 3 years. It was an unbelievable, very, very good game. It was very, very comfortable when we were at 2-2, because I couldn't see us losing that game whatsoever. We kept on going on, we kept pushing them, and you know, okay, I know there's criticism around the penalty, which, looking at it back after the game, I know I did say that it was a penalty at the time, but looking at it back, we've conceded penalties against Newcastle that weren't penalties, so, you know, in the past. So this is a very, very nice balance from that point of view. Also, the really weird thing about the games at the weekend is that there were no draws. 10 wins, 10 losses. Mad. I don't remember an opening weekend ever being like that. I'm sure someone in the comments is going to correct me on this, but it was crazy for that. Absolutely crazy. But that's football for you. That's the Premier League. That's why we love it, because it's completely unpredictable. Now, it seems to be that there's only one injury still for West Ham, which is Masuaku. Very, very happy to see that Ogbonna lasted the whole 90 minutes against Newcastle. There's a very good chance that Masuaku could actually be fit for this game, because he played through, they played a big chunk of the 6-1 under-23s victory over Arsenal's under-23s. So we might actually be going into this side with a fully fit squad, or at least a squad fit squad, shall we say. You know, I know Ogbonna looked a little bit leggy, which is totally understandable, bearing in mind he was coming back from surgery. Sorry, not from surgery, from the hamstring injury. But the defending in general was leggy especially in the first half. So I can see why there's a lot of criticism. Now, also, of course, the fantastic thing about the Newcastle game is Antonio is now joint with Paulo Di Canio as the all-time goal scorer for West Ham in the Premier League. So can Antonio hit the all-time goal scorer record with this game? I really hope that he does. It'd be fantastic to score against Leicester at home, and what a reception he'll get as well, for that matter, if he does score and he becomes West Ham's all-time highest Premier League goal scorer. Let's not forget, Noble's not that far behind him either. He's a couple of goals away behind Antonio as it stands at the moment. So you never know. If Noble is in the side, which I don't think he will, but even if he comes on and we get a penalty in the next few games here and there, Antonio and Noble could be fighting for that highest ever goal scorer record. You never know. Stranger things have happened. It would be very apt if Noble could do that on his last ever season for West Ham. So that would be very interesting to see how that plays out. But of course, guys, that brings us on quite nicely onto the starting 11. Now, obviously, of course, I got 95% of the starting 11 right for Sunday. Diop was dropped and Ogbonna was brought in. So as a result of it, guys, one change to the starting 11. No surprises who that's going to be. And this is who I think we should be putting out on Monday night. Fabianski in goal, with a back four of Soufal, Dawson, Ogbonna and Creswell. Soucek and Rice in the defensive midfield, with Bowen, Fornals and Benrahma in the attacking midfield positions, supporting Antonio up front. So thank you very much for joining, guys. As always, put your comments in the comment section below. Like this video if you haven't already done so. Please share this content with anybody that you feel may want to watch it that isn't aware of this channel. And also, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do some live streams, one at half time on Monday night and also one at full time, to give you guys my thoughts on how the game's been progressing and how the game could have gone and should have gone. So guys, in the meantime, thank you very much for your time. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you very soon, hopefully for some instant match reaction videos to the game even, I should say. All the best now. Take care.